It's Halloween, so our favorite underachieving 28-year-old is pretending to be a commuter going to work in the morning. I have no idea who his friend is, but I'm going to call him Aladdin because he looks like a Make-A-Wish child. In reality, they're going shirtless in public to record people's reactions, a premise that's as paper-thin and vacuous as they are. I'm still waiting for their first reps, and the government is still waiting for their first tax returns. What a surprise, these bums can't pull themselves up by their bootstraps or their lats. If I wanted to see some neats bother people on the way to the office, I'd watch a protest. You'd think that Tyrone's friend would consider the repercussions of having his junk in a woman's face or stripping in front of a kid, but he humiliates himself on camera instead of contributing to society, so it's not like his life can get any worse. These lovebirds really need to get a room, which must be awkward because Ebony and Ivory live with their parents in perfect harmony. Rare footage of a brother other than Samson Fletcher posting a 4-plate pull on Instagram like it's heavy. With all this offensive rebounding, he should give up on being a powerlifter and become a power forward. Bouncing his reps and not locking out cuts so much range of motion as to ruin the deadlift, so he does go beyond beast mode, to butchering. To all the pudding heads defending this in the comments, this is not touch and go. If he weren't on those rubber mats, then he would touch and go right through the floor. Even if he did touch and go reps, using straps would negate the grip benefits of constantly holding the weight, although his hands are still probably better trained than his barbers. Yes, celebrate your mediocrity. I haven't heard of this much undeserved chest beating since C.T. Fletcher got a heart transplant. Mike Chang really had to downsize his gym. He must have gotten kicked out of another company he co-founded. It was foolish of him to attempt this without safeties. Because of where he placed his support, this boy caught a bar from playing around like a Hearthstone pro, and he still didn't generate any press. Hurry up and die. I feel sorry for your mother, and here she is. I loved her work in Kung Fu Hustle. She should remove the plates from the side, but a helicopter mom will naturally prefer to hover overhead. That puss went from looking like a sideways vagina to looking at one. Being that close to her son makes matters worse. I haven't seen incestuous relationships royally screw a retard since the Habsburg dynasty. The other face his mom is wearing is none other than Liza Minnelli. She and Judy Garland were another inseparable mother-daughter team, but unlike Minnelli, this kid struggled to get out of his parents' shadow. It's time for another disaster caused by a dangerous setup. Instead of crying for mommy, he got into the fetal position, the other kind of curling you shouldn't do in the squat rack. He hit the post, but the post hit back, so he can add unstable equipment to the list of antagonists in the squat. Look at all those bumper plates to make the weight look heavy. He probably felt like a mutant, but when he got KO'd by that standing combo, he probably felt like he fought a sentinel. He's lucky that the belt on the rail back there cushioned his head, but when they say to push against your belt when you squat, this is not what they mean. The dude in the front who's training for Ragnarok had better learn from this experience by laying the bolts down and keeping sharp objects out of his eye. Gym idiots don't just fail during workouts, but during warm-ups. From the looks of that double dribble, she's warming up for a WNBA game. If Callie Muscle threw a medicine ball like that, it would get stuck in one of his nostrils. She didn't lose any teeth or break her nose, which brings new meaning to Black Don't Crack. This might be one of the few times she took a shot to the face without anyone yelling World Star beforehand or giving her a wet wipe afterwards. Her shirt says positivity is everything. For the sake of the gene pool, I hope everything doesn't include her pregnancy test results. The next time this dunce has anything tied, it had better be her tubes. Not understanding the physics of balls barely made a dent in her, but not understanding the biology of balls makes a big impact on other women too.
0!
Like the video and subscribe to the channel, now.